Hey everyone, welcome. So, this week, I may have struck slipcover gold. And I found a Kino Lorbor out-of-print Blu-ray. All it took was hitting up 2 thrift stores and my local library. Man, I always forget about the library. What about you? Let's get into it. Hello everyone, my name is Jeff, and welcome back to my channel, John Doe Juggalo. If this is your first time here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Like my daughter says, it's free, and you can always change your mind later. If this is not your first time here, welcome back. This is where you're going to find me discussing my favorite things about movies and music, video games, and the physical medias that surround all of those types of mediums. So please sit back and relax and check out this next video. So we're going to start off with the library pickup because it is probably the least exciting of them, but it was such a good deal. I remember this series coming on TV, but I don't remember much about it. And it seems like it's kind of hard to find. And I got the whole first season for $1.50. And that's an old NBC show called About a Boy. I remember this being considered a good show. It got a second season, but it didn't go past that, and it was NBC. But I remember this being considered a good sitcom, a good coming-of-age type of sitcom. So, kind of excited to check this out. And the whole first season for $1.50. I can't get it on Amazon that cheap, and I don't think it's streaming anywhere. And if it is, it's probably streaming on Peacock, but, you know, you gotta pay for that. It'll cost more than $1.50 to stream that. So the next one I got was another DVD. And you know, I don't really mess with DVDs too often. I say that a lot, but I'm finding myself getting DVDs quite a bit often nowadays, or so it seems. But this one doesn't have a DVD, or only has a DVD. There is no Blu-ray of it, and it might be streaming on HBO Max or whatever we want to call it now, because it's Warner Brothers. But this is in vein of those 90s movies where the animals did things that they weren't supposed to be able to do, like Air Bud and Dunstan Checks In. This one is MVP, Most Valuable Primate. Now, I don't quite remember this movie. Like, I don't remember everything it's about. I'm sure if I start watching it, I'd fall right in line and start remembering bits of it. I just remember my brother watched this one, and Dunstan Checks In quite a bit. He liked the monkey movies. I was more of the Air Bud kid. I liked the first 2, at least, of the Air Buds. I don't think I watched anything past the basketball and the football one. But this is supposed to be really good, and there is no Blu-ray of it. It's just kind of stuck on DVD. It might be on Tubi streaming too. I haven't looked that up, but I should probably look that up more often. I don't really worry about the streaming part too much. I try to find my disc. So, I'll be checking this one out with the kids. And the next DVD that I scooped up, now, you know, that one and this one, this was from the thrift store. That About a Boy was the only one I got from the library. This one I got with the MVP. And it was from the same thrift store that I got, well, just about everything else here except for the Kino Lorbor. Now this one is random. It's like in the middle of season 1, but I feel like for some reason 4Kids did that back in the day. And that's going to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Fast Forward. Now, I believe this is the series from like 2004, 2005, 2006. That was around the time. But this is 4Kids and Funimation. And for some reason, it starts on like episode 18 and goes to episode 21 or 31 or something like that, or 15 to whatever. It's 13 episodes, but it starts in the middle of the season, of season 1. But I believe I have the beginning of season 1, and I might be missing a few episodes between that disc and this disc, and then I'm sure there's stuff after this. But it was $1, and my youngest son loves Ninja Turtles, so I just thought this would be a neat one to have in the collection with all the other Turtle stuff. And I don't believe this is streaming anywhere, though I could be wrong about that. So we're going to go ahead and get into the slipcovers. Now we're going to start with probably the, well, I'd say least exciting to me, and go to the more exciting just based on maybe even the slipcover art and how it looks, and a little bit to do with the movie. But they had $1 a piece, or 6 for $5, and well, all these Blu-rays had slipcovers. So we're going to start with this one. Now, I have never heard of this, but it's got Academy Award winner Judi Dench and Ali Fazal. But that's going to be Victoria and Abdul. And I know this is about Queen Victoria, but I don't really know much. I don't know much else about this. Like I said, I'll definitely give this a go. This is probably something more up my wife's alley, but I figured it'd be decent because it's Focus Films, or Focus Features, and Focus Features usually do a lot of really good independent films. Like they end up usually supporting and releasing a lot of good independent films. So I'm kind of excited to check this out. Even if I just check it out once, like I said, it may not even be up my alley. That's why we're starting off with it, because it's my least excitable one. The next least excitable, and it's mainly because I haven't watched the series. I do have the first 2 seasons on Blu-ray, and I think the rest of it's streaming on like BritBox. But now I have the movie, and I believe the movie finishes off the whole series. And that's going to be Downton Abbey. Not Downtown Abbey, Downton Abbey. And most of these all had digital codes. Like if it says digital code, I think there's digital codes inside these boxes of the ones that are open. Most of them are opened. Well, not all of them are open. That's neat. But yeah, I think most of these even have digital codes. But they all have their full discs in there, Blu-ray, DVDs. Now this, I was excited for. I don't have this movie. My mom got it, and I borrowed it from her, or I watched it on Vudu when she added the digital code to our Vudu library. But I have the Blu-ray now, and I really dug this movie, and that's going to be Bohemian Rhapsody. The slipcover on this is just beautiful. I mean, look at that. It's all nice and shiny, and it's so good. And the only reason that I had never had this was because I wanted to get it on 4K. I was pretty sure there was a 4K of it. And for the longest time, I was so picky about, I'm just going to get the 4K if there's a 4K of it. And the more and more that I've been watching movies with friends and stuff to talk about them and whatnot, I've just realized that it's not always worth upgrading the Blu-ray to a 4K. A lot of Blu-rays are just perfectly fine, you know, so. And for the price of this, I really like this film. I just wanted to put this film in the collection. So, like I said, I'm fine with it for the Blu-ray. The 4K would probably still be nice, but hey, it has a really nice slipcover. So, this next one, the slipcover is what drew my eyes to it. It was popping. It like popped out to me. And I kind of forgot about this movie. And then I asked my wife and my mom both about it. And they had kind of forgot that it had come out as well. It's a Lionsgate Blu-ray, so it'll probably look really good. It does have a DVD and I think a digital code as well. The code might not be good. I don't really care. But look at this slipcover. It's Judy. Now this is based on Judy Garland. Judy Garland, The Legend Behind the Rainbow. I don't remember this coming out. I mean, maybe I do, kind of, sort of. But I kind of don't. I mean, it's got Renee Zellweger in it. I felt like I remember this one. And it's about Judy Garland. I love Wizard of Oz. But this is such a beautiful slipcover. And this probably has a 4K. And even if it doesn't, I don't really care. I mean, I don't think it does, though. But it might. It's new enough. Look at that. Look how shiny that is. That's such a nice slipcover. But I do believe the movie's probably pretty good. And it is one that I have been wanting to see. So I didn't just get it just for the slipcover. This one, I remember this movie coming out. It's a little bit older as well, 2016. I would imagine that my friend Bob really likes this one, or at least would suggest that I check it out, because he really digs A24 and A24 films. I guess they're the ones that make them, and then it's usually like Lionsgate seems to do a lot of the physical releases at home, but that's going to be A24. And what's weird about that is that they have the streaming rights on Max, which is Warner Brothers. And I don't believe there's any Warner Brothers A24 films. But I remember this one coming out, and I never did get to see it. I don't know any of the actors in it. I just know that it's A24. And Lionsgate. Like I said, I picked this up solely based on the fact that it's A24, and my friend Bob really digs A24 films, and I would assume that he would tell me I need to grab it. Same with my friend Johnny. Johnny over at Johnny, What's Johnny Watching? Go check him out, man. He's cool. I'm gonna leave his link down below as well, his channel link. But he loves A24 as well. He's like, hey, we buy all A24s, don't you know? So, like I said, it looks interesting. Now, the last Blu-ray that I got from there is another one with a slipcover, but it's also brand new. It's still factory sealed. It's not a combo pack, but it does come with a digital copy, and it's a Movies Anywhere copy, and it's Call Me by Your Name. I don't recall Timothée Chalamet. To be honest, I don't really recall him being in anything until, I don't know, maybe, I know he was in Wonka and Dune. I think Wonka and Dune. But I guess this kid had been in all kinds of stuff, because he was in this, and I do remember this film coming out. I just don't remember. I never watched it. I've never seen it. It's Sony Pictures. That's dope. They make really good Blu-rays and 4Ks, so this probably looks really good. But it's Best Picture of the Year. It has 4 nominations, anyways. I'm not sure how many of it that it won, but it does have the Rotten Tomatoes fresh on it. And like I said, this is probably the movie that really got Timothée Chalamet on the map originally, because this is from like 2017 or 2018, I believe. But it's brand new. It's sealed. I don't know who would have donated it to the thrift store new, but thank you. I'm excited to check this one out. This is one of those films that I think everybody is supposed to see. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. If this is not one that everyone's supposed to see, please let me know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe this is garbage. But I don't think that it is. So, I went to another thrift store as well that day, and I only found one thing there. Their Blu-rays, it used to be $2 a movie, all movies, pretty much including TV shows. Sometimes they would mark TV shows individually for like $5 a season, and depending on what it was, I might have got it, but not very often. But this was the place where I got the entire Dexter series on DVD for like $30. It was each individual season, but it was all kind of bundled together, and it was the whole series. So, I used to get really good deals there. They increased the price of their Blu-ray discs. They moved them from one thrift store to a warehouse. Same company, but they moved them to a warehouse, and they increased their Blu-rays to $4. Now, I know that that's me being a cheapskate. I'll still pay $4 for a Blu-ray. I don't mind paying $4 for a Blu-ray at all, by any means. I kind of don't want to buy very many Blu-rays from them based on principle that they used to sell them to me for $2. But I will. That's where I ended up getting my Bolt 3D a couple months ago. It was a standalone Bolt 3D and then like a Sony TV demo disc on 3D Blu-ray as well. But they had this Kino Lorbor. And of course, that spine caught my eye. That spine catches your eye every time. Now, this is for a movie that has Michael Caine in it. And that is, in the U.S., The Destructors. Everywhere else, apparently, this is called the Marcel Contract. Or Marcel Contract. I believe that's how it's said. But this is a Kino Lorbor. This is a movie from 1974. So this movie turns 50 years old this year. This is a Kino Lorbor pressed Blu-ray, and I believe the release was from 2000 and... Oh, they don't have the date on this one. But I believe this disc came out in 2017. According to the Blu-ray.com app, I believe it was 2017. Now, this does have the alternate cover art that a lot of them have, but it's not really alternate cover art. Instead, it's the one sheet, which I really dig that. I think that's cool when they do that, especially with Blu-ray discs, how they have the blue case, so it's see-through and you can actually see, you can actually see the whole one sheet. If it was a 4K case, you wouldn't be able to see anything there. But I thought that was kind of cool. I watched this. I'm definitely going to add it to my Kino shelf. I don't have a whole lot of Kino Lorbors, so it's nice to get a new Kino here and there. It's really nice when you find something new you've never seen, and it's even better when you find something that you like. I need to watch this again before I say I love it. It's kind of like a James Bond style movie, but it's kind of thriller as well. There's like thriller style music. There's kills in it. This was a good movie. If you can find it for a good deal, grab it up. But it's out of print, and everywhere that I've seen so far, it was like, I think I've seen it for as low as like $35 or $32. I'm not entirely sure. But I did see it as high as like 80 or 90 maybe. Either way, I'm going to leave a picture right here of what it's currently running on Amazon. Maybe like a little list. There. Yeah. An out of print Kino. I'm not going to cry about that. That's a great thrift shop find. So, between the library and the thrift shop, I got a few TV shows, a family movie stuck on DVD, a stack of slipcovers, and an out-of-print Kino Lorbor. I pretty much touched everything you need to touch as a collector in one go, except for the 4K format. That's the only thing I didn't really touch as a today collector, but not everybody that collects today even collects 4Ks. You know, so I kind of hit all the grounds. You know, we got DVDs that are stuck on DVD, and you know, like I said, we got nice slipcovered Blu-rays. We got a really nice Kino Lorbor boutique, you know, boutique release Kino Lorbor. It is bare bones. There is only a trailer on it, I do believe. I don't believe there's anything else on there. Yeah, I may not even have had the trailer, but I believe it did have the trailer. Yeah, no special features. And this was probably more of like a PG-13 movie, to be honest. That it just, well, I don't know. They would have redone it. So PG, but there was a little bit of language in it. You know, and Michael Caine has one of the most hilarious kills in this movie. Just one of the most hilarious kills ever. That makes this whole stack one of the best stacks I've added to my collection in quite some time. There's some quality here. There's some nice spine artwork to add to the shelf. Well, you know, as always, if you've made it to the end, thank you. I do appreciate it. If you've not already subscribed, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. We just recently hit 500 on the channel. I'm very happy about that. Wouldn't mind maybe getting a few more. So hit that button. If you are subscribed, make sure to hit that bell notification so that way you see every time I put up a haul video, a discussion video, or I go live playing games. I do that here on the channel as well. But if everyone could just hit the like button, I'd appreciate that the most. And until next time, later.